Millions of Queenslanders are currently in the firing line of Tropical Cyclone Alfred as the storm is upgraded to a Category 2 in the latest update this morning. Powerful swells and huge tides have already hit the Sunshine Coast, with the rescue operation underway this morning for a rower caught up in the conditions. The state's Premier David Crisafulli has warned residents to prepare for a possibility of a direct hit in the southeast, a scenario not seen in decades. For the latest updates, I'm joined by Premier David Crisafulli on ground in Brisbane. Thanks for joining us. So where exactly is Tropical Cyclone Alfred expected to hit?
Good morning, Shervo. It's a large band between Bundaberg and somewhere a little south of the Queensland border. One thing's for sure, the scenario shows clearly that it is over a highly populated area, and overnight the system intensified to a Category 2. So that's a system that will bring with it three things. First is some challenges when it comes to coastal erosion, but then you've got some pretty damaging winds and then rain at the back end of that system. So we really are in that phase where we're doing everything we can to prepare. We're pre-positioning generators on the islands. We're making sure that the telecommunications companies have extra bandwidth to be able to get messages out. We're doing everything we can, and we're asking residents to do the same, starting with making sure that you get all the information, because it is a really heavily populated part of Queensland, and it's an area that doesn't often experience cyclones, so it's important that people heed the messages. Yeah,
you mentioned a precautionary and preparation phase that you're in right now, and as you said, it doesn't hit this far south that often. Are the residents going to be prepared?
I'm sure they will, and the Queenslanders have been challenged with Mother Nature for many years, and we've seen the way that the southeast have responded to flooding challenges in recent times, so we are a resilient state. It has happened before, and there's three examples in the last 70 years of cyclones either crossing the coast in this part of Queensland or certainly coming very close. So those challenges have been presented to Queenslanders over the years. I just want the state to know that we're taking it very seriously. We're doing everything we can to make sure that we embed as much resilience as we can, but it's also up to the individual. So take the time to make sure that you do all the things that you can around your house and make sure that you keep connected with families. If we do all those things, ultimately, whenever you have a natural disaster, the first, second and third priority is about human life, because in the end, it's people that matter. We'll do everything we can to make sure that we are as resilient as we always are.
Certainly. Speaking of lives, there is currently a missing long-distance rower off the coast. It could be an emergency rescue there. Do we have any details about that particular Lithuanian man that's come from San Diego trying to get to Brisbane?
No, Matt, I'm about to get a briefing on it, and my message to people, wherever you are, wherever you're from, and whatever part of the coast that you're at, is right now some of those swells are large and will get larger. We had reports of swells of somewhere in the order of 15 metres off the coast of Wide Bay. I've seen some of the erosion around some of the islands like Great Keppel. This system is packing a punch, but all of the modelling is showing it heading west back towards that east coast, somewhere between Bundy and the border. And so I want Queenslanders to take it seriously. We are. Do your bit, and I'm sure we'll get through it. 300 to 600 millimetres of rain, 100k winds, 7-metre waves. David Crisafulli, can we get you back on in the next couple of days to keep us updated? Of course, Matt, and it's important that Queenslanders listen to the advice. They always do. We're a resilient state, and I've got every faith that we'll get through it.
OK. Thanks for your time. Here's Nat.